Hello, Scorpio. I'm here today with a general reading for the sign of Scorpio. So anyone with Scorpio strongly in their charts could resonate with this message. But again, this message won't be for everyone. It just won't fit for everyone. Hopefully, you'll be able to tell, you'll be able to discern if this is your story or not. Okay, Scorpio, I invite you here, my beautiful friends, into this space just as you are in this moment. I invite you in. All right, let's see what is the current energy for the sign of Scorpio. What is the current energy for the sign of Scorpio, please? What is the current energy for the sign of Scorpio? Current energy for the sign of Scorpio, please. Current energy for the sign of Scorpio. Current energy, please. Current energy. Current energy. Ooh, okay. Scorpio, my heater will be going on and off intermittently. It's cold here right now. Future energy, future wave of energy that Scorpio will be stepping into. Future wave of energy that Scorpio will be stepping into, please. Future wave of energy that Scorpio will be stepping into. Future wave of energy. Future wave of energy. This is a big one. This is a big reading. Future wave of energy that Scorpio would be stepping into. Future wave of energy. Oh man, Four of Wands here. I landed. Oh man. Okay, let me use my future wave of energy, please. Future wave of energy. All right. Guidance for Scorpio, please. Guidance for the Scorpio tribe. Sun flipped over. Guidance for the Scorpio tribe, please. Guidance for the Scorpio tribe. Guidance for the Scorpio tribe, please. Guidance for the Scorpio tribe. Guidance for the Scorpio tribe. There's a lot of flippers here. There's a lot to be said. This is going to be an interesting reading. I haven't seen very many of the energies either. Guidance here for Scorpio tribe. Guidance for the Scorpio tribe. Guidance for the Scorpio tribe. I just feel like there's one more energy here. Guidance for the Scorpio tribe. And in the pre-shuffle and in the meditation, the High Priestess came out first energy. Okay. All right, Scorpio, it's 3 minutes, 29 seconds. Let's go ahead and begin the reading. Let's see what the story is for the Scorpio tribe. We have the Ten of Swords in the upright. We have the Two of Swords in the upright. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the Knight of Cups. Dang, Scorpio. What have y'all got going on? Boy, oh boy. Well, there's definitely victory here. I'm definitely smiling even though I can see all these swords. Good Lord. But there's a smile coming. Oh my gosh, there's a smile here, Scorpio. But to get to the smile, I have to go through the swords. Okay, let's go. So we have the Ten of Swords next to the Two of Swords, next to the Eight of Swords. Oh, my beautiful friends. You guys have been through something here. It's been a difficult period of time. I mean, my brain even feels numb, especially my right side. So there is some right brain activity here, whatever that means for all of you brainiacs. I don't know, but I just feel a numbness in the right brain. Well, what I'm seeing is there's definitely new clarity here. There's new clarity here about what's kept you trapped. Honestly, I mean, I think that there is an epiphany here that you're experiencing at this moment. There is some sort of epiphany that you are now contemplating how to find closure on this, how to find the words to express how you feel, how to find the actions that you should take now. Again, I feel like there's an ending here. There is some sort of clarity about what the situation was. So there's clarity here. And this clarity is allowing you to step away from a situation that kept you in some sort of a mindset that wasn't healthy. I mean, it seems kind of cliche, but I feel like this was resulting from a situation that was a long time ago, perhaps. Something that happened a long time ago that could have affected how you thought about yourself or your situation or your family or your people or your culture or your work. Something here had a long-term effect on how you thought about life, how you thought about your journey, and it kept you trapped in a cycle of thought that perpetuated a continuum of conflict. And the words are of meaning, my friends, because there was a certain flow that you lived in that had its own rhythmic movement. But even in that rhythmic movement, there was still a continual creation of a certain type of conflict. Scorpio, I'm not quite sure what this all means, but it's coming forward in a way that is expressed. I'm expressing it in the trust that you will receive it as it is meant to be received. So there is a depth to this movement. I think that what this is telling me as I pull out of now, I'm pulling out of that energy. What that was telling me is that you were swimming quite deep in this situation. This could have happened a long time ago. It could have been a relationship that you had. It could have been an experience or a systematic process that you went through when you were a child or as an early adult that kept you quite trapped in something, whether it was a career, whether it was within a relationship itself, but you definitely felt trapped. And I think this was from a long time ago. Now that I'm out of that energy, I can feel it a little bit better. I went pretty deep into that energy. It was emotional and you felt it with your full heart. I think that for those of you that were in love relationships, this was a situation that you felt extremely deeply. You had a lot of love here. This could have pulled you in quite deeply into this situation, and it took you a while to pull yourself back out and to see what had actually happened in the situation. So for those of you that were in relationships that had to do with intimate love, this could have been a long-term relationship that you had been in for quite some time that really changed the way you thought or impacted the way you thought. You could have gotten into a relationship when you were quite young with someone, and you continued your development in this relationship. And this relationship, this partnership between two people could have created its own kind of energy, its own dialogue, its own rhythm that you fell into. And ultimately, there needed to be some change. And so as you move through the change, you began to see the patterns there. You began to see the way the water moved so that you could see how you got it's almost like Scorpio, I feel like you're coming out of a cycle. This relationship could have ended a while ago, or this situation could have ended a while ago, but it has taken you some time to really pull yourself away from that pattern and to find freedom. I think you're at the end of it now. You've seen the clarity, and you are moving forward in a different way. You've found freedom now. You really ultimately have found some freedom here with the Two of Swords, between the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords. This tells me there's an ending to this, and perhaps not an ending to the relationship per se, or the job, or the career, or how you merged and mingled with your community or your family, but an ending to the way of thought and the perspective and the mindset that kept you trapped within the pain of it, kept you trapped within the illusion of it. And when I mean illusion, it doesn't mean an illusion of grandeur. It means an illusion of that you were less than what you truly are. What you truly are is profoundly beautiful. What you truly are is empowered and strong and courageous and brave and beautiful and intelligent. This is what you truly are. You are a special person who has just as much hierarchy and just as much right to joy as the next person. You are not diminished. You are not lesser than. I am not speaking to those who think that they are special and that they are above the law, that they are above the righteous. I am speaking to those of you who have felt that you were quite diminished, that you were less than, that you were not worthy. This is who I'm speaking to in this moment. And I feel like there has been a new freedom here that you're beginning to feel in life. Ultimately, this is the bigger story. Okay, this is the bigger story of where you are. Now, as we narrow in, I do feel like there is something on your horizon here that you're beginning to experience with this new inspiration and this energy of love. So as you pull yourself out of the Eight of Swords and find a new way of walking, find a new way of seeing yourself and seeing the world around you, this is an inspirational moment for you. This is a moment where you're feeling the warmth of the universe, the brilliance of the cosmos, and the comfort that the earth can provide to you. And I think it's quite inspiring, and it warms your heart, and it allows you to think about and dream about and wish about opening up new doors for yourself. This is truly a warm candlelight, romantic type of feeling that I'm feeling in the Page of Cups energy. We do have an energy of love. I think for many of you, this is learning how to move forward in a more healthy way, in a more loving way, with love within yourself and true understanding of the power of self-love, and moving forward into your future with a much more powerful and healthy and blissful kind of energy as you move forward. For some of you, there is an introduction here, a new introduction here of someone in your life, in your journey. It doesn't have to be a lover. It doesn't have to be introduction of a new intimate partner, but it is an introduction of a love energy, and it is moving forward at this time. So you're going to have to kind of claim this reading for how it really fits with you. But for some of you, there is a new person here coming in that you're experiencing now, some sort of new person you've been introduced to, a new job offer that fills you with some sort of joy and happiness and love for the world, for the universe. But there is definitely here a new energy. That's why I'm saying there is a new introduction of something here that warms your heart. It could be a message of love coming to you from a friend, from a grandparent, from a child, or it could be a new introduction here to someone who will play a role in intimate love, perhaps in love for humanity, love for animals. Something here with this love energy, and this love energy is on the move. And almost I feel this love energy is connected to this new clarity that I see here, because I think if you weren't able to have the clarity to end this cycle, you certainly wouldn't be experiencing this new love energy that's here. So definitely here you're ending some sort of a painful cycle in your life. You're moving out of a perspective or a mindset or a confused perception of the world, and moving forward towards a new love affair, towards a new intimate partner, towards a new and compassionate love of self and of the world, love of humanity and of the animals and the living beings that we find ourselves living among and stepping through. So it's definitely a beautiful energy, but you have earned it. You have gained it through hard work. You have dug deep within yourself and found clarity within the mind. And having a clear mind is something that truly brings balance into your world. So I see you in a very powerful place right now. I'm in a very loving energy, in a very healthy energy, and having something here coming in that really warms the heart and sets you into a balanced emotional place. So that's really exciting, Scorpio. And I do feel like it does have some connection to the last period of Scorpio. I honestly do, because when we were flipping through some very strong Scorpio energies flipped over as I was shuffling. And that tells me that it was some significant growth during your last period where the Scorpio energy was really strong. So I think this, for many of you, this could be a newer type energy that's here. Really exciting, Scorpio. Let's see what's ahead for you in the near future here. And after I get done with this reading, I'm going to take a short rest, and I'll come back and do an extended and dig deeper into a few of these energies that are here. All right, let's see what's here for the sign of Scorpio in the current energy, what Scorpio is connecting in with. I was going to say that's not it. That's guidance. All right, here we go. There is some sort of relationship or foundation or internal structure that you have worked to overcome. And we see as you move into this brand new level, into this brand new journey that's full of significance, that's full of bliss and happiness, that's full of stability and long-term gain, we see you stepping out of a period of time where you soon realized, or for a long time realized, that what you were experiencing, what you were stepping into every day or stepping into every night was not healthy for you. And it had something to do with a relationship or a business structure or something here that created a foundational structure for you. And it had something to do with passion. It had something to do with the actions that you took every day. So for many of you, this was a relationship. For others of you, this was a career or an occupation. But whatever it was, it really, the tiredness that it created in you, the emptiness that it brought to you, the boredom or the lack of passion that was not there or was there, it created a space for unhealthy behaviors, or there could have been even medicinal treatments or ways that you found sanctuary within the pain of it, ways that weren't healthy for you. There could have been anger here. There could have been resentment. There could have been passive-aggressive sort of communication where we're filled with resentment, but we don't really know how to say it, nor can we perhaps say it at all. And so we begin to function trying to be peaceful, trying to be happy, trying to be helpful in our lives, but underneath we have resentment welling, we have anger dwelling. and we have insecurity that builds up within us. And so those moments, that pain, that anger, that fear that's within us bubbles out at certain times. It can cause self-destruction in our own lives. It can cause arguments. It can cause misunderstandings. But more than anything, it can cause a general sense of toxic energy that really can permeate through all areas of life if we aren't able to see it and correct it. What I see here is that you are stepping again as you move through the next couple of weeks. You will continue to step out of this energy, and sometimes there's pictures that are shown to me, my friends. So please give me a moment. What they're showing me is as you're stepping out into a fresh, clean slate, or into a new job, or into a new relationship, or into new freedom, there is an energy that's still around you or within you. And the blast of the wind, as you open the new doors, as you open up the windows to the fresh air, it will take some time, almost like a wind machine, blowing away the old energy, blowing away the old feelings, the old thoughts. It's going to take a little bit of time because sometimes that energy can linger around us. It is within us through and through. It can be within our subconscious. It can be within our conscious mind. It can be within our body, stored in our organs, in our body. It's going to take a little bit of time for the wind of change to blow out the old energy. Scorpio, please give yourself some time as you change to allow your behaviors to change, your habits to change, the way you think, that you think and process the experiences that you step into. It's going to take a little bit of time to make the transition. Please be compassionate towards yourself. Be tolerant towards yourself, because it can take some time to transition into a brand new space. So we see you working on that, exiting out of some sort of relationship or some sort of mindset or a foundation that you once really created an identity around, and moving out of a certain identity, moving out of a certain way of thinking, and moving into a brand new, beautiful future. So we see this transition currently taking place even in this moment, and it will continue to take place as you move into the next couple of weeks. So I'm reading these energies as really big energies, but we have to remember this is just the next couple of weeks, the next 3 weeks, and not a whole lot usually happens within that period of time. So for some of you, this could be such a thing as even, I don't know, it could be a smaller part of life. This could be learning about a friendship that you have and realizing that the friendship isn't healthy. It could be about realizing that a certain thing that you do throughout the week, whether it is a certain type of exercise that you're doing, or a certain type of food that you're eating, or a project that you're working on at work, or some capacity of the business that you own. There's something here that you're realizing it's not healthy for you, and you don't really like doing it, and it's created some kind of conflict, it's created some kind of negative energy, and you're working to transition out of that. So it can be much smaller than the energies that I am swimming around in, Scorpio. But for some of you, this is a bigger picture. And I think sometimes these weekly readings that I'm doing are gifts to those who are making major life transitions, but also can be helpful for those people who are moving through some kind of smaller, but still difficult experience in life. So it just depends on how this fits in your life and how it resonates with you. Now, towards the end of the period of the 2-week period or 3-week period, or however long this is for you, there is new movement now, and the new movement that you're in, there is some kind of energy that you get swept up in here with the Knight of Pentacles. Now I say swept up. The Knight of Pentacles moves quite slowly, but I do feel like you are jumping onto the back of this Knight of Pentacles here. There is space there for you, my friends. And so I feel like you're jumping on the back of this Knight of Pentacles and riding forward with this Knight into a brand new future here, a future of happiness, a future of success, a future of joy and emotional fulfillment. With the World, this is a new beginning that's starting for you. And as you end here, some kind of toxic situation, there is a beautiful new start. So whether this is a new project that you're taking on, a new hobby that you found for yourself, a new friend that comes along that brings new joy into the human experience. Whatever it is, this could be a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Again, we have a Capricorn energy here. We had Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer before. This could be someone who's younger than you. Doesn't have to be. Might not be. But we did have a Page of Cups here, which is a younger type energy. But we definitely have, I feel like there is someone else here, a friend, a family member, a brother or sister. Someone here could be a lover, could be someone new that you meet, that you're kind of joining up on now and stepping forward into some sort of real bliss and happiness. Something has happened here that has really brought new life to your world. And it's not a situation that's going to come in and go out quickly. It's something that's here to stay for some time, Scorpio. It's here to stay for some time. It's long-term. It's a long-term, stable, progressing energy. It is going to be helpful. It is going to help in your abundance. It's going to help your third dimensional experience. It is a more abundant energy. Yes, it's slow moving, but we all have learned through life that the energies that are secure and stable and long-term often move much more slowly than the faster moving energy. Sometimes the faster moving experiences come in and go out in a whirlwind. The Knight of Pentacles never does that. The Knight of Pentacles is slow to arrive, very steady, very significant, and is here to stay for some time. So we do see you currently continuing this transition from this old platform or this old experience here and moving into a much more happy, blissful type of experience. I do feel like, honestly, there could be some narcissistic traits or some personality disorders or something here that you were caught up in, whether this is a relationship, it could be a boss at work, a group dynamic here, whatever with this Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a very passionate soul energy, very devout, soul binding kind of energy. So whatever this was, you were bound in this for quite some time here. Could be a career you had. It could be a love affair that you were having. Whatever it was, you were bound here for quite some time, and you are transitioning out now. And joining up with someone or merging with someone or finding your own happiness here with this new love energy that you're moving forward in. So now, again, we have two knights. So you're definitely in action. You're definitely moving forward into something new. It does have to do with love, and it has to do with stability, because we have the Knight of Cups here with the Knight of Pentacles. So it's love and stability, a brand new journey here, a new world is opening up for you. And it's a world of joy, a world of bliss, a world of happiness, and certainly a world of emotional fulfillment. So you're seeing the polarities within the next couple of weeks. You're making a huge transition or some kind of a transition here, depending on what you're working on. You could have a project that you could have a contractor that you've been working with who is not listening, is not being a partner in this endeavor, is not helping, is creating drama, is creating, perhaps this person is lying or being deceiving in their business practices. And you're moving forward with a new contractor now that understands what you mean and is willing to start over on the project. And this is happy. This is happiness. This is success. This is success, because we have the Ten of Cups over the Knight of Pentacles. So it could be in any kind of situation. The energies are the same. It's the energies that we're reading, not really the examples that I'm giving, but the energies that we're reading here that will be, if you're resonating with this, that will be participating in your future as you move forward. So ultimately, this is a really exciting reading for you because it does talk about a transition, and it does talk about stable improvement, something with finances or stability or financial freedom that you're moving towards here is a brand new opportunity here, a brand new beginning, a new door opening here that's going to bring in a lot of happiness and bliss and emotional fulfillment. So it's mixed. These two energies are mixed We have a goal of blissfulness, a goal of happiness, a goal of emotional fulfillment, and we also have a goal of improved financial and improved financial picture and improved financial gain. All right, let's see here what's in store. Let's see what guidance is coming forward for us now, Scorpio. Please help us understand the guidance here, the guidance that's here. The guidance that's here, please. We have Temperance in the upright, Three of Swords in the reverse. We have Page of Pentacles in the upright with the High Priestess in the upright. So, Scorpio, the way I'm doing reversals now is that I have all of the cards here in the upright in the deck, and if they flip as they come out, then that is a reversal, and that I am keeping in the readings. So that's how I've decided to do reversals. And I'm really happy with it, and it's working out really well. And I feel like it does give Spirit just a little bit extra way, an extra method of working messages into the readings. So we have Temperance here. So there's guidance here of patience and compassion for the situation as you move forward. Understanding that sometimes situations can be complicated and it takes some time to transition. So we do have a guidance here to be patient, to allow yourself time, to allow yourself to transition in a stable way. Sometimes when we move too fast or make too big of changes, there can be further conflict, or there can be some sort of reversals happening where we have to backtrack and redo it. You know, and we've all been there before. So there is guidance here to be patient, to be compassionate with yourself and with others, to give this time to work itself out, that your spiritual team is walking next to you and is participating in this with you. And they do have a role to play, my beautiful friends. So talk to them, speak to them, be in silence with them, and co-create with them. We do have the Three of Swords here in reverse. So I do feel like you're moving out of this anxious, stressful, debilitating time. The pain that could have been around you, or wounding in the heart, wounding in the mind. This pain is beginning to sink away, to float away, to be dissolved as you're moving forward in this process. You do have some really, you will begin to see some very promising changes that will begin happening for you, Scorpio. There will be some inclinations or some sort of indications of success here, of progress. You could be tracking this. You could be keeping a timeline. You could be watching how a product sells, or how people rate a service. And you could be seeing a tendency or a trajectory of success. The Page of Pentacles is increased improvement, but it's nothing major. But it does bring a sense of anticipation and inclination and promise of future success. So you are going to begin to see here very soon some sort of tangible improvements. And this will help fuel your strength. It will help fuel the passion inside you, and it will help you keep moving forward. Because of course, for many of us, success and financial success, it does take time to trek, to journey, to hike, to climb this path of abundance, this path of success or love, or whatever this journey is for you. It does take time to trek these journeys. And I think what is coming forward here is to continue to see your victories, to express your gratefulness, to track your successes here so that you can continue to see the evidence of the